Welcome back to Zui2LP. I'm Zui and I hope you enjoyed today's video. But before we get right into it, I'm obligated to remind you to click either the like or dislike button, commenting something down below, and of course sharing the video so more people can see and enjoy it. This is very important as it helps with the YouTube algorithm. I want you to know that your help is greatly appreciated. If you have any suggestions or ideas for a story, my Discord link is in my link tree that is down in the description, as well as my Patreon and Ko-fi for any donations you may want to send my way. Every cent counts. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video.
You awoke with a terrible feeling in your gut. The night before, you had been plagued with nightmares and anxiety. As a certain date approached, you sat in your kitchen, staring at your breakfast items with mild disgust. The thought of eating made you nauseous, but you had to. You needed the energy. So you forced down some cereal. It tasted bland. Nothing like the delicious strawberry powdered bread squares they usually were. And downed highly caffeinated soda, crushing the can against your forehead. Your heart raced. And soon thereafter you jumped into your car. Your hands were shaking. You really weren't mentally ready for what would happen today. A few weeks ago, Amir, the owner of the Pizzaplex, your place of work, had decided to put up a Black Friday sale. Or at least the announcement. All merchandise reduced by 90%. Not to mention, an entirely new delivery of rare Fazbear Entertainment Funko Pops arrived just yesterday. People had already been waiting in line specifically for this event for days. The stupid figures were golden variants of Roxanne, Monty, and Glamrock Chica, as Freddy already had his. In preparation for this, the expensive machines had been brought into storage inside of Parts and Services. Even the giant DJ Music Man, the Western Arcade, had been carefully shut down, taken apart, and placed inside of the maintenance tunnels. Things looked grim. You stopped your car far away from the Pizzaplex, the parking lot already being full. You entered after some pushing and shoving through the employee entrance. Inside, all lights were on. It was strangely lonely. No staff bots were going around. The screens that normally displayed advertisements were turned off. And with a horrible feeling, you walked past the still sealed entrance. You couldn't see outside, but you knew they were banging against the steel already. Quietly, you quickly hushed forward to the locker rooms. Inside, the mood was dreary. Everyone except for the night shift was here. Standing in the middle of the room, surrounded by the younger employees, stood Terminator. A big Russian guy, Dmitry Popov, ex-military. Despite being a gentle giant, his constant cold expression and giant bulging muscles made him appear very intimidating. It was fully understandable why people wanted to be around him during this. Just as you opened your locker to put on your uniform, the door to lockers opened. In came Brian, the leader of the day shift guards. His skin was pale, paler than usual, mouth half open. Everyone was now looking at him. Amir said the first 50 customers at the counter get one item of their choosing for free. Oh God.
Dimitri think this will end very poorly for little guards.
Mr. Popov, please protect me. No, protect me.
While the others were begging the giant for help, You approach Brian. Does Amir want to kill us? You asked.
Well, obviously not. He's just thinking of profit. Things being sold and paying the janitors as little as possible once the storm is over.
The Indian migrant was corporate through and through. Brian now walked past you and jumped on a bench.
Listen up, everyone. I don't have a speech planned, but I'll try my best.
It was in moments like this your leader showed a surprising amount of discipline. Nothing was left of the lazy pothead in this moment that he usually was.
Insurance will pay for any damages that would lead to a hospital stay. You know, like broken bones.
Brian, we won't make it to the hospital.
Shush. You're here for crowd control. You got tasers, you have pepper spray.
But I saw this giant woman out there,
cried a guard, one of younger ones.
She was being interviewed by the local news channel. She said if anyone stands in her way of getting her son that Roxy Pop, she'll bring the pain. I'm scared.
Now you spoke up. Look at him. Now you had everyone's attention. Brian is just as scared as us. You stepped up on the bench next to him. Honestly, this made you feel really awkward. Man, he was going through this almost every day. But I'm sure he's got a plan, right? He's our leader after all. Brian sighed.
Guys, prioritize your lives. Let them steal, let them destroy. Asper will pay for it. Not you. And I'll make sure all of you keep your jobs. I promise.
But...
No buts. Our main goal is to prevent anyone entering the maintenance tunnels and parts and services. If they get to the animatronics, then there will be hell to pay. Protect the cash registers and the cashiers. The tension could be cut with a knife. And then, it was time. You are positioned near a door leading to the maintenance tunnels. You watched as the people burst through the doors. Shouting, shoving, punching. It was like a free-fall mosh pit. And then, you saw her. A giant, overweight woman. Blonde with tattered hair. A face like a raging bull. Poised like a football quarterback, charging through 5 people at once. Thank God you were stationed here. However, as seconds turned to minutes, more and more people poured in. Despite you standing on the side in front of a locked door, the mass of people alone pushed you against it. You saw hungry eyes stare at you. The feeling of a hand cupping your backside. There were too many people. You couldn't tell who the pervert was. The one that was touching you so lewdly. Defenseless, unable to reach your spray or taser. Your eyes rolled back. This was a nightmare. You couldn't breathe, you couldn't think, you couldn't move. Between the mass of heads and faces, you saw the big lady. She snarled, so loudly you could hear it over the mass of people talking and shouting. Once again she was getting ready to attack. You furrowed your brows. Wait. She was charging a Terminator. The security guard stared her down stoically as he stood in front of the Fazbear souvenir shop. It was the Russian alone who stood in the way of this hulking beast. The ground seemingly shook as the woman took a step forward, yet Dimitri's face didn't move a single inch. However, suddenly a hand was shoved in your face. Between the person's fingers you saw a man, crowd surfing, using you as a support to push himself forward over the mass of people. The noises, the screaming, sounds of violence. And then you fell back, ground giving way to air. The shock of the fall made you black out.
Oh, no, 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 no!
A metallic voice. What was going on?
We killed them. This is your fault, son. No, it's not. All we did was grab her. Our task was to save the guards. And you saved them by just grabbing them like that. Humans need air, you idiot.
You raised an arm, eyes still closed. I'm still alive. Your head hurt, heart racing, body feeling heavy.
Oh, thank Afton! I thought Sun killed you. You're lucky.
You rubbed over your forehead before finally opening your eyes. Kneeling from above you was the face of the daycare attendant. The right half of his face had his sun spikes out, while the other did not. Even his eyes were different. One was white, the other red. You furrowed your brows. And then you realized it. Both his personalities, Sun and Moon, were currently active. How was that possible?
We saved you!
You sat up. What is going on here? And why are both awake? The daycare attendant's head tilted to the right.
We are both awake at once because we aren't turned on properly. You see, our clocks need to be set manually, and that didn't happen. So, this is the result. All animatronics, including me, were turned off and placed into storage.
You sighed, making a deep puff of air. Okay.
You were out cold for about 10 seconds. We were about to notify Freddy to administer first aid.
Slowly you got up on your feet. The moist air and sounds of neon lights. You were in the maintenance tunnels. Sun, Moon, can you tell me what is happening?
Amir, owner of the Pizzaplex, ordered a strategic retreat. He underestimated the amount of people who showed up. As of right now, the storage unit of the Pizzaplex is being guarded by your co-workers and a large group of security staff bots. No deadly force approved as of yet.
Sun sounded a little eager to apply deadly force. Right. And what about me? The robot shrugged.
Outside of getting every small employee out of the danger zone, nothing to report. We have not received any other orders yet.
I guess that means I spent the rest of my shift down here? The robot happily made a twirl.
In that case, may I recommend calling it a patrol so you can still get paid for your time down here?
You blinked. Sure.
Sending employee request. Granted under the supervision of Brian Chesterberg Crawford.
You blinked. So Brian was still alive. Not to mention probably on his tablet. Otherwise he couldn't have approved on this so quickly. Though you didn't know it, Brian was having the time of his life. He was practically playing a strategy game with the customers and staff bots, grinning from ear to ear as he pushed them through the mass of people trying to get everything under control. He couldn't wait to throw a big-ass overtime bill at Amir's face. You slowly wander through the darkened tunnels with the twitchy robot.
You know, Miss Guard, you are very lucky.
How come?
The bigger guards are still fighting the good fight for the honor of Fazbear Entertainment.
You chuckled. You make this sound like some epic battle. Smiling, you added, maybe it is.
Ooh, explain it to us. We don't understand.
I know I can make you understand. Let's make it a game. He raised both arms happily and smiled. The Pizzaplex is our castle. I am the elf princess, and you are my brave knight. And you are escorting me through the exit tunnels because we're being besieged. By, You thought of the giant woman again. By Wish's mountain trolls.
Analyzing proposal. Request granted!
The daycare attendant jumped forward, bowing to you.
My dearest princess, I am Sir Eclipse. No, my name is Moon. Yes, and mine is Sun. What is the mixture of that? An eclipse. I think I prefer it if our name is Sir Twilight. Oh, that actually makes more sense.
The robot made a sound akin to clearing his throat.
My dearest princess, my name is Sir Twilight. I am here to protect ye.
Graciously you took the machine's outstretched hand. Very well then, Sir Knight. Where you go, I will follow. The robot's grip around your hand tightened in response to that, but it wasn't uncomfortable. And with a smile, you followed him deeper into the bowels of the Pizzaplex. I still can't believe Amir made this situation so terrible for us. Does he not care about his employees? You thought out loud.
Pardon, my lady?
You blinked. Oh dear, you almost forgot the roleplay. I can't believe the king would, As you thought about what to say, the robot quickly took control over the situation and pulled you in closer to him. Son, what are you doing?
Dearest princess, I understand that your father, the king, has riches beyond our wildest understanding, and that the vile creatures who are threatening our lands are at our doorstep. Do not concern yourself. For as long as I am here, I shall protect you.
Your eyes widened and you blushed hard. For a second you genuinely believed to be in a fantasy world.
What? How did you come up with that? I was built to entertain and to improvise. Well, it seems like you turned her into a puddle.
Moon was right. You were losing balance. Too taken aback by what the robot was saying. It was so embarrassing, and yet it was really fucking hot. Oh God, Sir Knight,
Don't fret, my princess.
Quickly he swiped you off your feet. Blushing even harder, you were clutching your hands over your chest, so embarrassed. You got so dizzy.
I shall carry you then.
You really get into roleplays, do you? The robot snickered. An hour later you found yourself before the door leading to parts and services. The robot had carried you all the way. You were so flustered, and a bit horny.
Your little game has to end here. I won't allow you to embarrass her and us by playing like a child in front of the other guards.
Gently the daycare attendant set you down. He then took hold of your hands, holding them up between the two of you.
Our time was rather short, my lady. I know what he is doing, Miss Guard. Don't fall for his romantic gestures. He wants to kiss.
As if that word alone had been a trigger, you now lunged forward, kissing the robot's grinning lips. But that's to the fantasy I'd sold you, it felt warm and soft, like you were kissing real lips. Man, this guy could really sell fantasy.
I do not consent to this,
growled Moon, while Sun just happily hummed, his thumbs gently caressing the back of your hand. And you couldn't help but smile. This had been your idea, yet you were so taken off guard by this. Slowly you opened your eyes, only to be met with the reality that you were making out of a machine. You sighed as you let go of him. Thanks, Sunny and Moony. No problem!
Whatever.
You then took a deep breath before joining the others in person services. Inside here, the other Mantronics were online, all by idly standing. Brian was lying on the air mattress he had brought here from home a few months ago, vigorously typing things into his tablet. The other younger guards greeted you with open arms gladly. You were still alive. But that's when you noticed just how many guards were missing, most notably Dimitri. Where's Terminator? And the others? You asked cautiously.
Still fighting,
muttered Brian, his eyes fully focused on the tablet.
He just brought that land whale into Lost and Found's holding cell. Probably gonna call the cops after this. Man, what a mad lad, right?
You sighed in relief.
Trust me, as long as I have control over the staff, no one's going to die tonight.